Hello, everyone. This is your Monday love reading. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. I always do a Monday general reading and a love reading. It won't resonate with everybody, so please take what resonates. Whatever doesn't leave here. If you are like you see on my channel and you haven't subscribed already, I would really appreciate it if you do so. Like, comment, subscribe. And without further ado, let's get started. So let's see what's going on in love for you. This is your energy. Spirit, what is their energy in love? Spirit, what is their energy in love? All right, so we have. So some of you are mentally spent in love. So if this is tied also to your general reading for Monday, you could be already spent, mentally spent from something else, and so it's carrying over into your love life. That is for some of you. Some of you have a great love life, so that's why I said take what resonates, whatever doesn't leave here. If you are going through anything that I'm pulling, then this clearly isn't for you. But for some of you in love, you're mentally spent. Even if you aren't in a relationship, you're spent because a lot of you, there are some of you who really just want to be single. You've been through enough. You've had enough. You really need a break. You want time to yourself. We're gonna look at the area that you're operating from and the area that needs the most healing. And for you, for some of you, you really just don't want to be bothered, and so that's fine. But then there are those of you who are telling people that you don't want to be in a relationship, that you want to be single, and the only reason why you're saying that is because you haven't met or found anybody that hasn't done you dirty yet. Okay, area you're operating from. So you're saying that because you keep meeting the wrong type of people. And you're spent. You feel alone. Yeah, see? So the area you're operating from is you're feeling alone. So for those of you like that, you're mentally spent because you're like praying and you're asking the universe, God, whatever you pray to, whoever you pray to, why haven't they sent you somebody who you could actually be with that will love you the way that you want to be loved, or love you in the way that you need to be loved? So that can be mentally draining you. The area that needs the most healings is the facts. So what that means is truth. So for you, you're feeling alone, and maybe the truth of why you're feeling alone. You need healing in that. So, like I just stated when I said there could be some of you who you're mentally spent, but you're single. But the reason why you're mentally spent in love is because you want love, and it hasn't happened for you. That person hasn't came along. You've been online looking at these different videos of people who are coupled up, and you feel like they've had love, or they kind of want the love that you want to have, and you haven't found that, and you're giving up hope, and you're feeling alone because you're like, well, why hasn't it came to me? A big part of why it hasn't came to you is because a lot of you are dealing in truth when it comes to that. You need the most healing in fact. So what I mean by that is you could be telling everybody else, I don't want anybody. I don't need anybody. I like being by myself. But deep down, you really want that. Well, you're slowing the process of that coming towards you if your intentions, your words, and your actions aren't aligning. So if you really want love, you have to put it out there. You have to say, I want love. You have to act in a way that brings it to you. You also have to put yourself out there. You have to get out there. You have to meet people. You have to go on these dates that feel like job interviews. You have to do all of that in order to find your person. You just get out the house. Maybe somebody will approach you. And when people approach you, you have to be approachable. So that's for some of you. Some of you are actually in a relationship that's mentally draining you for whatever reason. Relationships, we all go through stuff. What's blocking you and things you need to work on. So some of you are mentally spent because um, it's draining you. Your relationship right now is draining you. Maybe you guys have had an argument and you can't find a resolve, so that's that's draining you, or maybe you guys are in a house, you're not speaking, or you haven't heard from your partner in a while because you guys went through something. What's blocking you is sticking up for yourself. Speak up. So maybe something has happened in your relationship for those in a relationship, and you just kind of let this person say whatever, and you didn't speak up for yourself, and you're not speaking up for yourself. So that's blocking you, and that could be why you're so drained. You're mentally spent because you have all these feelings inside that you're not speaking up about. Let's see. Things you need to work on in love. What's the things you need to work on in love? So yeah, if you're with a partner and you're going through something, I'm also hearing Spirit is also saying this love could also be family. So things you need to work on is your finances. So maybe you've been spending too much, or maybe you're trying to keep your head above water, and every time you get on some solid footing, something else happens, your car breaks down, something goes wrong in your house, and just whatever, and a bill comes up, and then here you go again. Your finances have dropped again. So Spirit is saying you need to work on your finances. That could be a part-time job along with the job that you have. That could just be another job altogether. Um, Finding something, you could sell something. Maybe you could just figure out a way to sell something that you love to do. Maybe you paint really good, or maybe you're good at taking pictures. Maybe whatever it is, you could be good at something, and you need to actually try to figure out how you can monetize that. All right. So let's see. What are we gonna do? Let's see what's coming at you, towards you in love. Spirit, what's coming towards them in love? What's coming towards them in love, Spirit? Alright, so let's see what it is. My hands are. I can't even get this open. Okay. A shift. So there's a shift coming towards you in love. So maybe if you're emotionally spent in a relationship, and this is not a relationship that you need to end, it's just you guys need to talk. A shift is coming where that conversation is going to be able to be had. But when it comes, you need to speak up for yourself. Whatever you're feeling, don't just let them pour out their feelings and their hearts, and what they feel and what they don't want in the relationship. And then you sit there and take it, and then you're just like, okay, I understand, I'll work on it. But you don't tell them what you've been feeling and what you want and what you need out of that relationship. Because remember, we told you need to speak up and stick up for yourself. So when that comes towards you, when this shift comes towards you, um, you need to make sure that you're also speaking your piece. And it's very important in communicating that you don't disrespect each other. Like, attack the issues, but not each other. If this is not a romantic love that's mentally spent to you, but it's like somebody in your family or whatever, there's a conversation that needs to be had, and you need to make sure that you're having it with that person or with those people about what's mentally draining you. And you got to speak up for yourself. Sometimes when it's family or it's a parent or whatever, we kind of bite our tongue because, out of respect, or we don't want to hurt family, or whatever. But just as they're saying things to you, you should also make sure that you speak your piece as well. Love. So let's see. So somebody in this, so like I said, if it's romantically, this person has liked you for a long time, Spirit is saying. So, and a lot of times we don't understand, but there sometimes people have been watching you, you don't even know. Love, some of you feel sexually deprived, you know. You could be single. This could also be relationships, because sometimes, relationships, people go in these relationships and they haven't had sex in months, and could be a part of their love language, like to feel touched and connected. So, whoever that's for, if you're sexually deprived and you haven't been with the person in a long time, If you're tied to this person, like in a relationship, yeah, you definitely have to talk about this. You have to talk about, like, this is, I don't know what else to do because this is a part of my love language, and we're not having sex. It's important to me that we have sex. Like, you have to go to this person, you have to tell him, um, communicate your needs. If you are single and you're sexually deprived and you're just like, God, I want to be with somebody intimately, I want that. Well, you're going to have to start meeting people. And I'm not saying get out there and start having sex with people. No, 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 no. I'm saying because soul ties are real. What I'm saying is that you're going to have to get out there and start to meet people so that you can meet your person that you feel comfortable with giving your body to. Things you need. So let's look at some things you might need. But for some of you, there's somebody who either you're with or somebody that's paying attention to you. They like you for a long time, and you may not even know it. You may not even know that this person. You could not even know this person exists. You need to feel supported. This is also in your general reading, but in your general reading, what was coming towards you was support. In your love reading, it's saying you need to feel supported. So that could be another reason why you're mentally spent. So you have to speak up and tell people, I need to feel supported. Whether it's your friends, whether it's your companion, a spouse, whether it is whoever, whatever it's tied to that has to do with love, because this is a love reading. You need to tell people, I need to feel supported. I need to feel like you care. I need to feel like you support me in the ways that I support you. Let's look at your finances when it comes to love. Are you spending too much money? Are you, um, you know, let's see. Because we already pulled in things you need to work on was your finances. Okay. So let's see what's going on. When it comes to love, for some of you, you're broke. Okay? And some of you could literally be broke. And so you're mentally spent because you feel like you can't even date because you don't have money, right? Well, I want you to take that out of the equation because love isn't limited to if I have some money. And if you're dealing with people that are focused on that, then you're dealing with the wrong people. When it comes to love, you could get creative with things that you do. Maybe you don't have money to take somebody out. So if you are a person who have the money but you've been spending and spending and spending on your partner or on dates or whatever, you just really don't have the money to do it. You need to stop because it's breaking your bank basically. And if you are literally broke right now, you have a job, but once you pay your bills, you're still behind the eight ball, but you're single and you're looking for love. Well, you could still date people. You could still meet people. You could get creative on your dates. So, whereas maybe, and sometimes you have to be upfront. You could be like, look, right now I'm dealing with some stuff. Like, financially, I'm dealing with some things. I'm trying to pay some bills off, whatever. So, I was thinking, because if this person is a really about trying to find love or trying to, they're not gonna care. Now if you meet them and they're like, no, if you can't take me here, if you can't do this, then no, then that's not your person. But there are people, and I'm very much one of these type of people, where if you show me that you created when I was dating, you show me that you've created a beautiful thought out, date for us. I'm all in. Let's do it. What are we doing? Are we painting? Are we buy, like, maybe you buy these little canvases? I think they have them at the dollar store. I haven't been to the dollar store in I don't know how long, but I think they have these little canvases where you can sip and paint. You buy like a little thing of wine, or maybe you have some wine in your house or whatever, and you go to the park or whatever, and you set up like a little date where you guys sip and paint. Easy, cheap, you know and it's just a way to get to know each other. There's ways that you could do this. So, financially, when it comes to love, it says you're broke, but I'm feeling like you could be spending too much money. You could also, this could also be more of you have the money, but you're spending too much money on these dates or for outfits for these dates, stuff like that. You're constantly buying stuff online because you want to do this, or maybe you're trying to do these extravagant dates. You don't need to, because the right person is not going to care how much that date cost. Okay? So let's look at the zodiac signs that could be tied to this love reading. Zodiac signs that could be tied to this love reading, Spirit. Okay. Whoa. I was going to drop it, but Spirit said keep it. Aries. We have Pisces. We have Pisces again. So this is a cosigner. Either you're a Pisces, they're a Pisces, or this is a cosigner for a Pisces, that this is resonating with some of these Pisces out here. Sagittarius. We also have, let's see, what is this? Scorpio. And if I don't pull your sign, and I say this in every reading, if I don't pull your sign, but it's resonated, it's still for you, Aquarius. It's just going to resonate more with people from these signs. So there could be people tied to these signs that it's resonating with the most. Okay? So yeah, I really feel like those of you who are mentally spent when it comes to love, maybe, like I said, you could be arguing with your partner. There could be something we pulled sexually deprived. That could be either you or them. You could be single and you want a relationship, but your actions and your words aren't aligning with that because you're turning down everybody that tries to approach you or talk to you or even speak to you. You could be telling people you don't want a relationship, but you actually do. That's hindering you. That's why you're not getting the things that you need. Angel message. That's why nobody's approaching you. It could be all of those things. Everything has to align. There's a shift coming. If you're in a relationship and you're dealing with some conflict that's emotionally spinning you, then you need to understand that you got to stick up for yourself. You got to speak up. You got to talk about what's going on. Angel message. That one fell off. So this one says you're actually trying. Good job. So for those of you who are trying to remedy this, Spirit wants you to know that it sees you, and good job. Okay? So there's some of you, you know that your relationship is not where it needs to be, or your love life isn't where you want it to be. You're actively trying to change that. And for those of you, I want to say good job. Spirit is saying good job. It sees that you're trying. For others, you're just sitting there hoping that a change will come, and that's not how that works. You have to actually put forth the effort. And even if that other person isn't, you just have to speak your piece respectfully. And I mean that. Be respectful in how you speak to that person. Clarification for this reading, Spirit. Okay. So whoever you're dealing with, it says have faith with as much energy as you put into doubting. So you know how it's so easy for you to doubt, oh, this is not going to work. Okay, this is going to be the end of this. How you constantly go to the negative. Spirit is saying have faith with as much as you doubt. So the same energy you put into doubting, you need to put into having faith that this is going to work out, because you do have a shift coming. Okay? So this, I'll put this up later. This is your love reading for Monday. I hope that it resonated and helped somebody that's watching this video. As always, be blessed, and I love you on purpose. Bye.